A random sample of 21 patients yielded the following data on the length of the hospital stay in days. You're given this data in this table, but you are asked to compute and interpret the quartiles, determine and interpret IQR, which is an interquartile range, find and interpret 5-number summary, identify potential outliers, construct and interpret the box plot. Okay, so first of all, we're going to do the first one. We're going to interpret the quartile. I hope you guys know the quartiles are the values which divides our data sets into roughly 4 equal parts. So the first step is going to be, we have this data, and first step is we are going to find Q1, Q2 and Q3, right? So the 3 quartiles are given by, so it means in the first problem we have to find number one, we have to find Q1, Q2 and Q3. And in order to among these Q1, Q2 and Q3, first of all we are going to find Q2. We have to find the median of the entire data set. That's the first step we're going to do. And in order to find the median, one needs to arrange this data in an increasing order, right? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to arrange this data in an ascending order. Okay. So what I have done here, I have arranged this data in an increasing order. Now note that these are 21 observation, and 21 is an odd number. And in order to find the median when the number of observations are odd, what we do, we have a single value. We have a single value in the middle, right? If the number of observations are odd, there is one value in the middle, and that middle value is called the median. So the 21 is an odd number, and what we can also do, we can also apply this technique, like we can find the position. You can do this by click n plus 1. The median will be at the n plus 1/2th position. At this position, this is also another way. Now our n is here, n is 21, so it's a 21 plus 1 divided by 2th position, right? And that is equal to 21 plus 1 is 22. 22 divided by 2 is the 11th position. So our median will be a value which will be at the 11th position in this arranged list. So let's see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this 7, this number is the median. This number is the median. So our second quartile, Q2, which is also the median of the entire data set, is equal to 7. Okay. Now what happened, even you can see the 11th value, the 11th position from this side also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, right? This is the value. It doesn't matter you start from here or it doesn't matter you start from here. This is the value that will be exactly in the middle, which is the second quartile, right? Now, once we have found the second quartile, what this does, it divides our data value. This median divides our data value into two parts, into two halves. This is the one of the half. This is the 1/2, and this is the another half. So our median divides our data set into two halves, right? This is called the bottom half. This is called the bottom half. And this is called the top half. This is the top half. And this is called the bottom half. Right? Now, once we have found the median of the entire data set, we can either find a Q1 or we can find Q3. It doesn't matter, right? Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to write the bottom half of my data set. Let's write the bottom half. Bottom half of the data set is 1, 1, 3, 3, 4, 4. It's a 5, 6, 6, and a 7, right? This is the bottom half. This is my bottom half. This is my bottom half of the data set, right? But remember, as the number of observations are odd, and I told you in the previous lesson, if the number of observations are odd, we always include the median in both the halves. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write this 7 also. I'm going to include this median. Let me encircle this to show you that this is the median. This is this median which I have included here. So remember this technique, remember this thing that's very important to understand. If the number of observations are odd, we always include the median in both the halves, the bottom half and the top half. Okay, so how many observations are these? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. 11 is an odd number, so 11 plus 1 will be 12 divided by 2 is 6. Value will be the our will be the median. So what will be the Q3? So the our Q1, sorry, our Q1 will be Q1 will be the median of this bottom half, is the median of bottom half of my data set, bottom half, right? And this will be at the 6th position. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is going to be our Q1. So my Q1 comes out to be 4. Okay, that's how you find a Q1. Now what we are going to do, in order to find Q3, we have to focus on our top half of our data set. Let's focus on the top half. What is the top half? The top half of my data is what? It's a top half. This is 9 9 10 12 12 13 15 18 23 and a 55, right? So this is the top half of my data set. Again, as the number of observations are odd, this median, the Q2, will be the part of this the half also. So I'm going to write this 7 here, and I'm encircling this one in this way to draw your attention that this value has to be included in both the half. Again, these are 11 values, right? 11 plus 1 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So the 6th value will be the median, and that will be our Q3. So remember, our Q3 will be the median of the top half. Okay, so that will be Q3 will be equal to which value? The 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is the 12th value. This is the value. This is the 12th, sorry. 12 is not the 12th value, is a 6th value. 1 2 3 4 5 6, and this is equal to 12. So here we have found Q1, we have found Q2, and we have found Q3. So we have found Q1, Q2, and Q3. Now what we are going to do, we are going to interpret. What does it mean? Well, how we can interpret our 3 quartiles? Now Q1 is 4, and remember, this is the 25. This is the 25% of our data. Our 25% of the data values lie in this area, and this is the next 25%. 25%. This is another 25%. And this is the top 25%, right? And that's why this is called a quartile. It divides our data into roughly 4 equal parts, right? This is 25%, 25%, 25%. It means that 25% of our data values, 25% of our data values lie below, or I can say this in another way. That 25% of my data values, 25% of data values lie at or below 4. Again, 25% of data values lie between between 4 and 7. Again, 25% of our data values lie between 7 and 12. And finally, 25% of our data value lie at or above 12. So that's the meaning, that's the interpretation of the three quartiles, right? So 25% of the values are here, 25% of the values are here, 25% are, this is the middle 25% of the data, and this is 25%, this is 25%. So that's the interpretation. Next, we want to find out the 5 numbers. Now we're going to find the 5 number summary. And what is the 5 number summary? This is 5. Now we are at 5 number summary. And what is the 5 number summary? I hope you guys remember the minimum value, the minimum value, the first quartile, the second quartile, the third quartile, and the maximum value. This is called the 5 number summary. Now let's go back and see what is the minimum value. Our minimum value is 1. Our minimum value is 1. Our first quartile is 4. The second quartile is 7. The third quartile is 12, and the maximum value is 55. So these 5 numbers, they make the 5 number summary of our data set. Clear? Now we find IQR. Okay, IQR stands for interquartile range, and it has this formula. It's a Q3 minus Q1. So this is our Q3 is 12, Q1 is 4, so the answer comes out to be 8. So our interquartile range is equal to 8. Remember, interquartile range shows the variation of the data in the middle 50% of our data set. That's a variation in the middle 50% of our data set. So this shows how much data varies. Variation. This is the variation of our data in middle 50%. Middle 50%. So our middle 50% variation in the middle 50% is 8. I hope you understood this, and if you have any question, write me an email. I will complete this exercise in the next video. Thanks for watching.